got my hair done at recess today, so I thought it would be the perfect time to make you this intro video. Hi. This week we're actually really excited because we're officially moving into decimals. So back in your younger day, your teacher would show you all these beautiful whole numbers, and we would never talk about what would happen if we took that whole and we cut it into pieces, because that would have made your little kid head pop right off. But as we get into 5th grade, we start thinking and talking about the fact that it is very rare to have whole numbers when we're measuring and doing things in real life. In fact, we're often cutting those wholes into pieces. And so looking at this next model, you'll see that I took one whole unit and I cut it into 10 equal pieces. Since it takes 10 pieces to make the whole and the pieces are of equal size, I know that I have 1/10 of the whole if I have just one of those little sections. Now, if I took that 10th and I cut it into 10 equal pieces, there would now need 100 to make a whole. So looking at this model, you'll see that one of those little guys that some teachers will call a tater tot is worth 1/100th. Or in other words, it takes 100 equal pieces to make the whole. Now, if I cut that 100th into 10 equal pieces, I would have 1,000th. I don't even have a picture that small to show you because it would just be tiny little slivers. But just know that that is how far we're going to go in 5th grade. Looking at this model, if one flat is equal to a whole, I could see that I have 2 holes completely filled in. And now I'm just going to fill in a couple of these little extra tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. They are tenths because it takes 10 of them to make a whole. So to express this amount as a number, it would be 2 wholes, then my decimal point, and 6 in the tenths place. Now that reminds me that we do need to memorize this place value chart. So we've got our whole numbers to the left of the decimal, and then immediately to the right, we've got our tenths, then our hundredths, and then our thousandths. And you guys learned about tenths and hundredths in 4th grade, so this will not be that new. Know that every time we move to the right on the number line, we are taking that amount and dividing it by 10. So if I had a whole and I divided it by 10, I would have a tenth. If I divided that by 10, I would have 100th. And if I divided that by 10, I would have 1,000th. And the pattern goes on and on. Here's the misconception, is that if a little kid walked in here and I said, hey, little kid, would you rather have a tenth or 1,000th of this amount, this wonderful candy bar I have? A little kid would say 1,000th. And they would say that because 1,000 sounds big. But remember, lots of pieces means small pieces. And so all this week, we're going to explore the wonderful world of decimals. We're going to compare them, we're going to round them, we're going to name them, and then we're going to start adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing with them. But that probably won't come until later. Okay, so for right now, just be thinking about how to make sense of a decimal amount and get to working on memorizing that place value chart. And you should be good to go for all of this week's action. Okay, hope you have a good one.